we go. And what it was, if you noticed, that was the magic. Had to do. I was literally. There we go. And what it was, if you noticed, that was the magic. Had to do. I was literally rubbing the middle of my fork.
Sorry about that, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are in the world. Today, we're here to watch Wrexham Shrewsbury. I am Brendan Farrell. We are without Sean Driver today. He is busy working. He's left me to help manage this for you guys and give us an opportunity to root Wrexham on here. I'm trying to do everything. It's a little bit in the background here. Are you guys hearing me okay? Are things looking fine? If anyone can put in the chat, let me know. While I'm waiting for you to respond, I'm going to kick over and bring up the starting lineup. So, still haven't seen anything. Someone throw me something in the chat so I know that we're good. So today, pretty exciting. Fletcher starting, no Palmer, and we're looking at Lee paired up with Fletcher. We don't see that too much. Oh, yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, W&G. W&G is not going to be very busy today. I think this is all we have, right, W&G? I think it's just us today. Everything else got postponed or is later on this week, so I think it's just us. Yeah, so I have the lineup up. We're looking at Okonkwo. We're looking at Max, O'Connell, and O'Connor in the back line. So Brunt, I understand, is still out, but he's coming along. Then we're looking at Barnett and McLean on the wings. Pretty standard there. It's nice to see that Ryan Barnett's back. I understand he was also dinged up. Thank God we had all this time off where he could heal. So it's good to see that they don't just have him on the bench, but he's starting. So that's good. Matty James seems to have locked in his position in the back of the midfield there. We got Cannon and Ollie Rathbone, who's been just tearing it up the last few games. Good to see Cannon there. Gives us a little bit more offense. And they have Lee moved up with Fletcher, so it's nice to see him return. I'm a little surprised. I think I don't know. I think it says a lot that Mullen is not starting, and I don't even know. You know, guys, what do you think? Without Palmer on the bench, you're looking at Fall, Mullen, and Marriott. Who's first one off the bench for you guys? And who do they sub for? You know, who's coming in? Are you really going to pair Mullen and Marriott at the same time? I mean, does Fletcher really go a whole game? It's a lot to ask, I think. Curious what you guys think there. I don't know. I mean, if you go with the big man, small man, you're thinking Fall would have to come in then, right? And then is it Fall and Mullen, or are they going to get Marriott some view? I don't know. Interesting stuff. I'll go to the table quickly. Let's see if I bring that up. Yeah, we're looking at Birmingham at 53 points, and we're tied with Wickham, although we're behind on goal difference, 23 goals to 19 goals. We have Birmingham has 2 games in hand. Huddersfield only has 1 game in hand, and they are 4 points back at 47. I think those are the 4 teams, you know, heading down the stretch here, last half of the season, that are really going to be competitive. I also think Barnsley could slip in there and give people some trouble. Other than that, everyone else, I think, is that second tier shooting for playoffs. Barnsley, Reading, Stockport, Leyton Orient, Mansfield, Charlton, Lincoln, and Bolton Wanderers. Those guys are all in the mix, I think. Looking here at the chat, obviously W&G I was talking to earlier. We got a handful of Davids in the chat. David Wood, David Nicholson, course, Jason Smith, great seeing you. Strange Realities, might be the first time I've seen you in the chat here with us. Welcome. Swirly, great seeing you. Yeah, Swirly, you thinking this is his first start of the year? I don't know. Did he start one other time? You might be right there, Swirly. I think he can probably go a whole game. I just don't know you'll get the best out of Fletcher for a whole game. I'm thinking, maybe they're going to sub him out like 65th, 70th minute with Fall. Marriott and Fall in the second half. Yeah, I think that's what we could see. Hopefully, we're up 2 goals and they can feel like they can experiment a little bit. A little concerned because I think Shrewsbury's in a better place now than they were at the beginning of the season. Coaching change seemed to help. I think they're off on a better foot. I'm not sure. Oh, there's Sean jumping in. Hope work isn't that bad for you, Sean. I think that if I'm right, the captain of Shrewsbury might have got transferred to another team. Someone might have bought him out. Let me know if you guys know what the deal is with that. I'm going to go back over to X and bring up their starting lineup in case anybody wants to see it. I'll bring that up on the screen. I don't know if see, this is where Sean excels. He knows so many people and so many of the teams and does a lot of research on what players to watch out for and so on. So they got Marquez. I'm probably mispronouncing that at captain. I don't know that they've made too many pickups. I think they made 1 in the transfer window so far. So, but they are, like I said, they are playing better in general. So that and the fact that this is a derby game, where you can't just be looking at them saying, hey, they're bottom 4. This is going to be a cakewalk. Really hoping it is. I'd really like Marriott and Fall to get some time, and Mullen to get back off his funk and start scoring some goals, right? I mean, if you could just start stacking up the goals, it would be really helpful because I want to close that gap between us and Wickham for goal difference. And we've got a lot of work to do there. What's it, about 5 goal difference right now? Yeah, they play very defensive. Yeah, so it's going to be difficult. They're going to pack it in and make us really work here. So we're going to have to create a lot of chances. Wow, Iran in the building. Nice to see you. Haven't been a fan of Wrexham for 2 years. Oh, you have been one for 2 years. Oh, great. Well, truthfully, since you're new to the Red Horde here, I'd say half the people are from Wales and England. Many of them actually from Wrexham, a couple miles from the stadium. And the rest of us are scattered around the world, a bunch in Canada, the U.S. We have a bunch of guys that join us from and ladies that join us from South America. We have some South Africans and Australians that are always on here. So we don't have a ton of people from the Middle East. We have on occasion had people jump in, but this is great. Welcome. Enjoy yourself. Other Vince, nice to see you. David Wood. Kim, nice to see you, Kim. And just so you know, Kim will be the one with all the really good jokes. Typically. Yeah, I know they recalled Waters. So Kim's making starting right from scratch with the Waters jokes in Dalby. So they did recall Waters, and then they surprisingly sold him off. I can't even believe that. Like, that's got to be the coup of the year to get money for Billy Waters, considering how he struggled with us. Not that he's not a good player and that he isn't doing well in the National League. It's just that it's been a while since he's shown extremely well. So I was surprised they were able to get money for him, but they did. That's pretty cool. I don't know that they've made a determination on Dalby, but I'm thinking he's probably staying up in Scotland. And I believe they haven't done anything with Budvarsson. I think they're waiting to see if they can make any transfers happen. So I think we have until the end of the month. Not positive. Sean's chiming in here saying he's disappointed that Lee over Mullen. Yeah, I was kind of surprised in that. Thought they might give him one last chance, especially with Marriott breathing down his neck on the bench. Like maybe this is the thing that sparks it. But no, they went right with Lee, which I don't know. What does that really say? Is that a bad sign for Mullen? Like, is that meaning that we're bringing in strikers, which would be great? And then who would be next off the bench? I mean, you got to give Marriott his chance. He 5 goals in 10 games. I mean, if he still has that magic, that's exactly what we need. So, we can't not give him a shot to get back in here. So, you're saying Bodverson has been released and signed with Burton today. Oh, great. Thanks for that, David. Yeah. Oh, he's Burton. Okay, and you're saying Charles, so that means maybe it was Bodverson signed with Bolton, not Burton, if he's Charles's replacement, because Dion Charles was with Bolton. Hey, Des, nice to see you. Des is from Wrexham. Tobias, great seeing you. All the jokes. Okay, anything else I want to bring up beforehand? I'm going to switch to the cam at Shrewsbury. Got to say, I really like this stadium. Looks good. We could be buying a new striker, Smith. Yeah, Michael Smith, if that's who one of the people that they're looking at. What's he, 33? I think. He said he plays kind of the Palmer role, but he's a little bit smaller. Sean throwing out the discombobulated words. Hey, Denise, great to see you. I have both the Paramount stream up and the iFollow one. Whichever one starts first is the one that I'll go off of. That way I'll prevent kind of the people from jumping in the chat. But that might mean I'm slightly ahead on iFollow. I don't know. You guys let me know. If I'm too far ahead of you in looking at Paramount, maybe I'll just switch back over to the iFollow. I think that's how most of you are watching it. I know we're not allowed to like anything about Shrewsbury. I know. It's kind of hard when you're not from Wales and England to have the same hatred for all the different teams and derbies. I know everyone hates MK Dons, and I've just never got it. I mean, I understand why you say it. It just doesn't make sense to me. We missed the chance to see Fletcher and Billy play together. Yeah. What else we have going on here? Oh yeah, let me go to. Let me switch. I want to go to. We had some good stuff in Discord. Yeah, I got a few minutes. Yeah, I know I got the game up, Sean. I was just showing you the. I do it beforehand so that you can see what the stadium looks like. I will not show the game. Don't worry about it. Wouldn't do that to Sean, get him all in trouble. I'm going to transition over to some stuff in Discord here. David and some other people do all sorts of neat stuff. And David put some stuff up about all the teams near the top and how many wins they have home and away. The interesting thing that I wasn't paying attention to that was brought up is going forward, we have more away games than we do home games. And based on how we play at home versus away, that's not a great sign, which means if we don't get any better on the road, we're not going to be scoring nearly as many points as we did in the first half. That's not a good thing. So we're definitely going to really need to step it up. And teams in the bottom half of the table, like, we got to come away with 3 points. Like, typically, if it's a good team, I understand saying, hey, a draw, picking up a point on the road is great. Teams in the bottom half of the table, if we want to keep playing for that automatic or even like the 1 seed in the playoffs, we're going to need to. Today's game is one of those games. No excuses. We got to win it. Yeah, Leighton Orient's game got postponed. Yeah. So yeah, I'd say Des has all the Des has bled through the Shrewsbury rivalry, apparently. Yeah, I know what happened, Swirly. I don't know that I blame the fans at MK Dons and the way it all broke down, since they didn't have a stadium and all of that. I don't think it was as bad as everyone makes it out. But again, that's only because I'm from the US and I don't understand. I think you guys are so much more linked to your professional teams being in your actual town, whereas the size of the US, we're so far away. I mean, we still have a ton of passion for our teams, but you still have to travel, half an hour, several hours to be able to watch your team, your closest team. There are people that are, 500 miles away from their team in the US. So, yeah. What else do we have in Discord here? I had some other graphics. Andy put up his EFL breakdown. This is where he shows who everyone's playing and where they are in the table, who's on what streaks, and he calls out specific pieces of statistics that are really interesting. So Birmingham was set to play Exeter, and they're at home. You'd think they'd do fine there. Wickham and Mansfield. Obviously, Mansfield's at home. Definitely rooting for Mansfield to take down Wickham this week. Huddersfield, you'd love them to lose away at Blackpool, at least drop some points. That would be nice. Barnsley, they're going to be on the road. Bristol Rovers, love to see them drop some points. Yeah, Andy is awesome. These things are great that he puts up there. If you guys have an opportunity and check out the Discord site, it is there's a lot of people there having conversations, a lot of people sharing pictures, all sorts of interesting stuff. Just reading the chat there. What else is in here? Seeing everyone. Matt Al's in here a lot. W&G. Andy, Wrexham, Dave. G-Zone, yep. G-Zone in there occasionally. Yep. Logan Roberts. E. Oh, yep. Logan put in everything about Varson. So he moved to Burton Albion. Interesting. So it wasn't, he's not a replacement for Charles then. Okay. I also saw some pictures up here. Let me scroll back. Where is it? Wow. Look at that soccer game. Piles of snow on the side. All right. It looks like we're almost ready to start here. What are you, about 5 minutes from the start? Let's see what else is going on. Look at this guy. Hold on. I missed it. Missed the coach coming out with the locks down and everything. There's Phil Parkinson. Yeah, I know. We only used Budvartson for one match. You definitely needed him as a backup in case anything happened, though. I mean, oh, that's the Canada. That's it, Sean. So that game that I showed where they were playing in the snow, that was Canada's national team win over Mexico in the snow. Nice. So what are we looking at today, guys? What do you think we're going to get for what are we looking at for score today? Looks like it might be hard to score. I don't know. I want to vote with my heart today. I want to go I want to go 3-0. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing 3-0. Don't want to jinx us. Well, that's what I'm going with. Yeah, it's probably 2-1 or 1-0 or something. But the conditions are really good. I'm hoping that having Marriott and Mullen right there and Fletcher starting and Elliott Lee back, like it's been a while. They'll have a ton of energy. Let me see what the temp is over there. 1 second. How cold is it? Yeah, 39 Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's cold for you guys, but it's not freezing as long as the wind's not that bad. What did it say? I think the wind's not bad there at the moment. 7 miles an hour. Shouldn't be that bad. I think we should be able to play well. Jimbo, thanks for subscribing. Three 0 sounds good. Yeah, Wickham 1-4-1. Yikes! Not what I wanted to see, not what I wanted to hear. That was already today. When was the Wickham game? I didn't know they played today. Wickham 4-1. I didn't think they play till, yeah, Saturday against Mansfield. Must have been another game. You're thinking of, Steven. See, how close are we to starting? They haven't pulled anyone out yet. They haven't come out onto the field. So right now they're still in warm-ups. Des likes 0-2 for Wrexham, right? How many people we got going here today? Got a good crowd considering it's midweek. We got almost 60 people. Nice to see everyone. I hope you're all as excited as I am. It's been so long, been missing it these last couple of weeks with all the delays and everything. So, yeah, with everyone healthy, a decent night weather-wise, pitch looks awesome. Although right around the keeper in front of both nets is a little chewed up. The rest of the pitch looks really good. Here they are. They're coming out. Wow, a lot of flags in the stands. They know they're on television. Wrexham comes to town. They're thinking they won on the documentary, right? Because they did announce the 4th season, by the way. They said it's coming this spring. So what's that? Another month and a half, I'd say. Let this play a little bit. Yeah, I thought so, Sean. We're the only League One game today. Here's Wrexham's lineup they're throwing up on the screen now. It's interesting how they do a 1-1 as opposed to a 2-1 there. Or, I mean, a 2 up front. Oh, David, I'm glad you put the Wrexham thing in, but I'm not on the screen that allows it to take place. I will be transitioning to that right now. Why don't I do that? And then you can fire that off. Hello, Michelle Farrell. I'll help you out. There we go. Get the chants going early. Okay, I'm going to, it looks like the Paramount, boy, there's a lot of balloons on the field. The Paramount feed is a little ahead, and I'm going to go off of that feed, at least on the clock here. Wrexham is starting with the ball. Yeah, there's a lot of blue and yellow balloons on the field right now. And we're underway. Ball's chipped ahead. Fletcher knocks it up. McLean back to Fletcher. Rathbone keeping it in. Doing some nice pressure here. Fletcher's active early. Yeah. Nice. Getting a free kick right away. It's a dangerous kick to Ollie Rathbone. Almost got him in the face there. Oh, yeah. You got Tom O'Connor. Is going to be taking the kick here. I like the distance. This is a good setup, good spot. Yeah, they brought up O'Connell and Fletcher. I'm sorry, Cleworth. This could be another Max goal. Yeah, they got all the big guys towards the back half of the goal. I think that's where the ball's going. Here comes the in-swinger. Little low. It was to the middle. Was knocked out. Cannon falls in the ball. They don't call anything. He gets up. Does a little bit of a flop there. Big kick ahead. James saves a breakaway, which is nice. Yeah, the blue and yellow balloons are all over the place. Great to see you, Giselle. Let me know if I'm too far ahead of you guys, if I'm watching the Paramount feed, and I'll switch to the iFollows feed. On the Paramount one, I'm looking at 140, 141, 142. So I'm a second or two ahead of the clock on my screen here. As long as I'm not giving anything away for you guys, I'll stick with the Paramount feed because I have that on my television, a big television here, and then I keep all the computer stuff over here. It's a little easier that way. We got a throw in. Tom O'Connell throwing it in. It's getting headed around, knocked around at midfield, kept it in. McLean with it on the far wing. A lot of pushing and shoving. Oh, little nice fancy footwork there from Rathbone. Didn't pan out though. Shrewsbury was able to steal. It's kicked all the way back to Okonkwo. And as he plays it with his feet, I don't know about the rest of you, it always makes me nervous. And he lets Shrewsbury offensive player get on top of him and just gets the ball away. Where's the pick of my setup? I'll put one up. You guys will actually be surprised at it. I bought myself a setup for work, and it's this whole chair, and it has a whole piece that comes up over the top, and you can hang up to like 5 monitors and televisions off of it. I only have 2. I have a good sized television and a good sized computer monitor that I'm able to put a lot of screens up on instead of going with too many monitors and stuff like that. But yeah, the seat rotates back. It's a whole big setup where everything kind of rotates in from the sides and everything, and I can switch between different computers and the televisions and stuff. RKO, great to see you. You always been struggling so far this year to make a lot of the games. Great to have you. Yep. Immediately, again, troubles with Okonkwo waiting till the last second. And no sooner do I say it and he does it. Again, for me, that's like the biggest difference that I see between, well, I mean, I guess there's a ton of differences between Okonkwo and Howard, but Howard is so good with the ball at his feet, and especially keeping the ball in and putting the ball where he wants on goal kicks. Whereas every time Arthur has it at his feet, I'm nervous. And when Arthur decides to come out, for me, he seems usually delayed and a little iffy. He worries the heck out of me when he comes out. But obviously, Arthur can make stops that not too many people in League One can make at all, right? His reach, what he can get to down low and up high, he covers so much of the net in quite quick reflexes. Just on set plays when he has to come out and grab the ball or he has to put the ball at his feet, those are areas where I think he needs some work. Ball's going back and forth. I haven't been doing the play-by-play. There's nothing really constructive happening. We've mostly controlled the ball. O'Connell's swinging around to Cleworth. Barney's kind of first touch immediately brings it inside. He's flying, loses control, but it goes to Lee. Lee over to Cannon. Everyone's kind of trying to get back into their positions. Barney's asking for it. Nice. Going to earn a corner here. Great to see you, Deandra. You and I, Sunday, women, one of like 10 matches against Swansea, right? So, yeah, if you follow the Wrexham women, Deandra's awesome. Does an awesome job, and I help support her on the Sundays, so come join us. It's a really great time. More colorful language than on this stream. Here comes O'Connor with an in-swinger. Whistle blown. I'm knocking on wood for us, Deandra. David, are we going to get a couple of strikers or not? Dave Foster. Oh, that was a crappy play. O'Connor drills a low ball in, a one hopper, gets played back to him. He's not able to handle that well either. Ball's kicked around a bunch. Shrewsbury with it. They're able to clear it out. That was extremely unproductive. Got to do better than that. Yeah, we'll go ahead into second place, at least momentarily. You're right, Stephen. Ball's being knocked around. Nice play by O'Connell. Gets it over to Rathbone, who's going to clear it wide. No, he was too slow with that. He should have been able to get it to McLean, and he didn't, unfortunately. Yeah, who are you dropping if he brings in the midfield? Yeah, I mean, I think there's plenty of guys that you could send out. I don't know who he's going to drop, but there's what, 4 or 5 guys that don't play at all and don't really have much of a chance of playing. So Sean's sneakily watching on his phone, I think, in his office in downtown Vancouver. Ball was in the back, gets knocked ahead by O'Connell. No one's able to play it, goes out. You're not. Are you hinting at Michael Smith, or who are you thinking? Someone else, David, or you don't want to jinx it by saying it? Throw in by Shrewsbury was ineffective. Didn't even throw it in bounds. I don't know if it's windy and it blew back in, but he didn't even get it in bounds with that long throw. Goes to Wrexham. O'Connor throws it in. Wow, this ref's nice. He's not falling for people flopping. He's letting them play. There hasn't been too many late challenges or except go ahead and say that, and then unnecessary late takedown by Pierre. They could card him for that. Ball wasn't even close. Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed off. It was an unnecessary kick right on the foot. Well, if he's going to let that happen, McLean's going to go to town on some guys because that was bordering on a yellow. Leaves with the ball. I don't think he's going to shoot from here. I think they're going to hook it in. This is usually where you see McLean and Fletcher and those guys on the back post. There's Fletcher, really wide, looking to come in. It's going to come in through all the balloons. There's got to be about 15 balloons right where Lee wants to target the drop in. So McLean went over to introduce himself to the Shrewsbury player who took a shot at McLean's favorite friend on the team, Cannon. So exactly what I forecasted there. McLean, if the ref's not going to police the game, McLean will, and you don't get to touch Cannon. McLean's not going to allow that. So keeper for Shrewsbury is getting a workout as he's sitting there popping balloons that are surrounding him in the goal. If you're unable to watch the game. Yeah, there were way too many balloons. It was definitely going to be a distraction over there. Most of the balloons are out now. There's the hook. It's a little short on the cross. Right direction, just a little short and a little low. Not the worst service, but wasn't helpful. All of our players overran it. Ball's being knocked around, bunch of headers. Rathbone gets it, settles it, gets it over to McLean. Not a great pass. McLean does what he can, has to swing it all the way back around. O'Connell with the ball. O'Connor all the way back to Arthur. Hopefully he just hands it to O'Connell. That's what O'Connell's asking for it. Arthur's like, you run up, I'll kick it. And everyone on Wrexham's like, no, we've seen you kick it. Don't do that. And he kicks it right out of bounds. Sometimes I know what I'm talking about. I guess if you talk this much, you're bound to get something right. Ball knocked around. Cannon seems to be able to get a hold of it, tries to lead Lee. Not great pass, gets intercepted. Shrewsbury has it. Oh, wow. So not until the ball went back and it was near the keeper, and the keeper was next to a yellow balloon, did I notice that the soccer ball is yellow and could easily be one of the balloons could be misconstrued as the ball. If you're just looking out of your periphery, you could easily make a mistake there. That's pretty funny. Wonder if that's going to come into play. They've popped a lot of the ball, so I'm thinking that there's not going to be a lot more getting onto the field, so probably not, but first time that I've seen 3 or 4 successful passes from Shrewsbury. They've worked it into our area. They got it deep on the left side. I don't know. What's the ref calling? He's calling a corner here? I don't know. I don't know if he earned that or not. That might have been a fair. They might have got the benefit of that call. Here comes a corner for Shrewsbury. This is one of the few places that they're dangerous. This is the. I don't have the numbers. Obviously, Sean would, but this is the way that they often get their scores. This looks like it's going to be an outswinger. Very interesting. Benning here with an outswinger. Here's a service. Nice service. Easily controlled. And we headed it down to one of the defenders who cleared it out. Ball's back up to midfield, but back in Shrewsbury's hands. I was listening to someone go over the stats where they're talking about the difference between the outswingers and inswingers, where an outswinger is more likely to find the head or feet of an attacking player, and the inswinger, obviously, the keepers get their hands on more of those. But in general, the odds are that you're more likely to score a goal on an inswinger than an outswinger. I presume that was, the statistics encompassing all the Premier to League Two. Rathbone's flying around out there, having an awesome game. Lee just flopped on the ball and they let him have it. Shrewsbury player wasn't happy about that. I do feel like McLean's due to bop someone, expecting something. Good header by Shrewsbury player. O'Connell falls down. That's going to leave us in a predicament. Goal. Shrewsbury. 1-0. That's where we run into problems when someone runs at O'Connell. Wasn't a great clear. Shrewsbury was able to head it back in. We were in decent enough position. O'Connell was the one who cleared it out. It wasn't a great clear. They immediately head it back in, and he falls down for next to no reason. Cleworth had to come from the far left to get all the way across to the far right side. O'Connell was up too much and extremely wide, and there was really no reason he should have been back because O'Connell was not pressured. O'Connell cleared the ball out. The expectation is the ball's not going to be flying directly back in, right? So you start moving upfield to give your players option and support. And because his initial kick was such garbage, he was really the only defender with one offensive player, and then he falls down and everyone's scrambling. So if you could give O'Connell like double or triple blame, that's what you should give him. Hey, Dad, nice to see you. I don't call random guys dad. Charles Farrell's my dad. He's in the chat. Dale, nice to see you. Yeah, absolutely right, Dale. Can't you allow that kind of mistake? You let a home team who likes to sit back and play defensive a goal like that. They're likely not to take any more chances and just be stalling and wasting time the rest of the game, right? Like, wouldn't put it past them to muck this game up and constantly hit it out of bounds. And I mean, we're only 18 minutes in. But when you're fighting to get out of relegation, whatever you need to do to win is what you need to do. Shrewsbury again with the ball. We're able to pick it off. Ball's ahead to Fletcher. Tries to fancy kick it over to Cannon. Cannon gets it over to Barnett. He's going to run it as man. He's out wide right. He's going to slice it in. Hasn't yet. There it is. Chips it off the guy. We're starting to see this where they know that Wrexham's offense is largely derived from crosses in from Barnett, and they quickly tilted the field and sent two guys out there when Barnett had the ball. So the chance of him cutting back in, the second defender was playing a little off, and the first defender was playing his right leg specifically for the cross. So makes it very difficult. He did the smart thing, knocked it off him. Now we get a corner. O'Connor with the ball. It's going to be an in-swinger. He has to get it up and get it closer to the back. A little low, a little early. Keeper has to come out, makes a decent play. Jumping over Lee, trying to post up the spot there. Not happy with the service that we're providing today on the free kicks and corners. Not really giving our guys much of a chance here. Yeah, Benning is the guy that's been very chippy. Like I said, I thought that first one, a different referee probably would have given a yellow on that first Cannon play, but because maybe it was the first questionable thing of the game, the referee let it go. But pretty good play by Lee here. Ball's away to McLean inside the box. They have to clear it out wide. Shrewsbury does, so it'll be a throw-in. Hey, Santiago's here. Nice. Watching from Mexico. Yeah, stalling's taking place. They hit all the soccer balls. This whole time was, about a minute and 10 seconds we've been waiting to throw the ball in. Throw it in, immediately gets knocked out. More balloons on the pitch. Ball's thrown in again. Shrewsbury's able to clear it. There's a header. Scar is on the bench, so if they decide they need to make some sort of change, they can. Ball swung over to Cannon. He's in the middle, out to Barney. They're loading up the far post with players looking for Barney's service. There it is, far post. Fletcher, yeah! Woo! Yes! We're back in this, baby. Let's get that point up there. Nice. Scottish Viking Jesus, yes. There we go. Way to help us out there, Sean, launching the Fletcher videos. Yeah, the setup here, Lee to Cannon. You saw Fletcher start making his run. He circled around wide. You could tell it was going to go to him. And then it was up nice and high. Fletcher put two hands on the defender's back, got up, and headed that one down beautifully. Really kind of surprising. I mean, that's our MO. I don't know how you just let it happen, but yeah, I mean, I guess he's so close, it's hard. Good thing that Fletcher really put a lot on the header. Like, it had good pace because the keeper was in perfect position, went right over the keeper's hand. The guy got his arm up, but he was just half a second too late, and was unable to stop it. Wow, they just called the BS call on Fletcher. They have two guys draped on Fletcher when he's in the middle. They're all over him, and he was just running forward, and he was just shedding them. They were falling off him, and they called the foul. Yeah, Barnett to Fletcher is lethal. Free kick for them around midfield. Just chopping it right down the middle. Ball bounces right to Okonkwo. No one had a chance at really getting at it. Throw the ball wide. Cleworth's bringing it at his feet. Doing a good job. Gets it to Cannon. Cannon back to Barnett, and he blows it. No. Oh, that's not out there? Okay, thought he was out there. Guess not. James with the ball, swinging it around. Yeah, I'm looking for more goals. I mean, we're only 25 minutes in, right? Here's a good cross by McLean. Wow, it was dead on. Maybe there wasn't enough time for us to set up. Nice flop there. They're trying to draw BS calls. It's just not working. Nice chop again out front. Oh, was that Cannon? Cannon gets it to Barney, who tries to somewhat bicycle kick it. And Jesus, they're flopping. Come on. Another one. They grab the shirt and try to pull O'Connell on top of him. Yeah, and Rathbone took a blow to the face. They are just they're really trying to work the referee. For the most part, he hasn't been fooled, but they're really increasing the diving now. Free kick, still waiting for it. They're just killing all the time. Here it is on the edge of the box. O'Connell heads it away. Lee gets it, gives it to Cleworth, who clears it right on the foot of Barney. Awesome play, except they were all over him. Barney's hustling his butt off, balls all the way back to the keeper. Barney's racing down to pressure him. It pans out because the keeper makes a bad pass ahead, which James intercepts, and then we give it away. O'Connell gets it, though, giving it to Rathbone, working it down the left side now. Knocking it around in the back. I haven't looked at the statistics yet. I'm going to do that while we're not making too much progress. Lee kicks it out wide to Max. Yeah, we are 64% on the possession. There's Lee dancing around in the middle, doing a good job. Gets it over to Cannon. Cannon's moving forward, kicks it back across the middle. There's James. Foul. They've got to give us a foul for that. Damn right. It's a good thing he fouled him. James was about ready to break free. I think he was one step away from hitting that from the edge of the box from 18 yards out, and I would have liked to have seen that. I think that would have been he was in a very dangerous spot. TikTok ban, yes. Just as Sean and I have been working to try to get some content on TikTok, they're going to ban it on Sunday, right? I don't know how long that'll be, though, in the U.S., but it's only in the U.S., so I think Sean will be able to continue to put up content for the rest of the Red Horde to see it. O'Connor with the ball. There it is. Hooks it a little high. Had a lot of movement on it. It was at least a yard plus high. I guess it was a little too close for him to be able to get the ball up and down and give our guys a shot. So maybe going for goal was the way to go from that distance. It's just frustrating when guys don't get it on net and never give the ball a chance, Ball's cleared out on the goal kick. Let's keep being knocked around in Wrexham's end, back and forth. Again, a bunch of headers. Gets to Fletcher. Shows his quality by bringing it to ground. Ball still ping-ponging back and forth. Fletcher with it at midfield. He's all by himself. Sends it back to Lee. Here comes everyone running forward. McLean with the ball out wide. He has to swing it all the way back around. Yeah, strange realities. I agree with you. Bringing in a high-quality guy from the upper leagues that may be a little bit older can definitely work, right? And if Fletcher can do it at 38, then Smith at 33 should be able to still be productive, you'd think? We don't necessarily need – we have a fairly deep team, right? You don't necessarily need 90 minutes out of all these guys. Ideally, they'd be spending – for someone that you're building your team so that if you do go up to championships, these guys can be the foundation of that team. But I'm still okay with, just getting us into the championship. Again, I just don't think you can pass up opportunities. Midway through the year, you look like you got a team good enough to maybe get an automatic. You can't not take a shot at that, right? Local pundit in the house. Thinking that might be Josh. Welcome. Nice to see you. Yeah, I know. A little worried about the high level of possession today, Josh. Ball's being knocked around, back out to midfield. Cannon's working hard today. He's just not being all that effective. Now he's yelling at Barney, like, why didn't you get the ball as I kicked it out of bounds? I don't get that. Northern Border and Vince dropping in. Nice to see you guys. Local pundits and imposter. Is that someone else in under his account? He can say all sorts of nasty things and we can blame it on Josh instead. Pierre for Shrewsbury looks a little dinged up. Looks like he might have pulled a leg muscle. Connell knocks it ahead. Again, ping-ponging back and forth. Rathbone with it. Kicks it back to O'Connor. Looks like we're working it back over to the left side. Players are starting to move forward. O'Connor's got it midfield. Swinging it back around. Yeah, Dale. I mean, they have the possession. They look calm under pressure. Certain guys do, anyway. Um, I wonder if it's just they're a little amped up, and I mean, we're still just in the first 30 minutes, right? They haven't had a lot of game time lately. A lot of their first touches are a little hard. Their passes, like even the Oliver Connor stuff, was for the most part the in swingers were hit a little too hard, and they ended up coming in too low. Looks like they're given a foul against Shrewsbury McLean. They fouled McLean. Wrexham going to move forward, try to get some more pressure. It's about 6 yards away from, maybe 9 yards away from midfield, so he should be able to put this into the box somewhere out in the middle. No, he plays it short down the left side. Lee with the ball. I'm guessing he's gonna try to. Ooh, wow! They really fouled Lee, and they had no call. James almost steals it back. Oh, Barney with a great steal coming down the right side. He's open. He's only got. Oh, damn! He only had Pierre, whose legs hurt. He rushed the shot and with his right foot, and he tried to skip it in, and he slightly mishit it. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. It was wide. The keeper dove to the right. I don't think it was going to stay in. It wasn't going to be on goal. Yeah, I think Pierre's definitely hurt his leg. That's what he gets for being a earlier. I don't think he's stalling. He definitely seems to be limping. I would bet there's a chance he goes out. I don't know if they ask him to wait till half, but I don't think that's why what would have been great was the only guy that Barney had to worry about was Pierre. And the question was, did he want to shoot from where he was? Because I think he could have come in and beat Pierre. I think his mobility's shot right now. He would have had a chance if he had moved in. The angle and distance wasn't bad. He just needed to hit a better shot. Barney did. Yeah, so they're showing 3 shots on goal for us, 1 for them. Both of us have 1 on target. They have 2 touches in the box. We have 3, and we have 66.5% on the possession. Oh, this guy's taking forever. I always do that. It's stalling, not stall. Ball's finally back in. Goal kicks down, headed out. It'll be Shrewsbury's ball. Let's get a Wrexham chant going here. Well, they brought Pierre back in. He jogged back onto the pitch. Didn't feel like 30 seconds. They kicked the ball in, the ball's headed out of bounds, and they let him come right back into the game. He was out of gameplay for 4 seconds. I thought it's 30 seconds. I mean, we waited 3 minutes for him. And you give him a 3-second penalty? He's not particularly effective at the moment, but so it's a little, who cares if he's in, but O'Connor has not been having the best game in the sense of passes and corners and all the set plays. Really hope he dials it in the second half. And there goes O'Connell to the ground again. That the captain there, Marquez, or however you pronounce that. I do not speak French. He regularly is pulling O'Connell to the ground. Fletcher, what were you doing taking that shot from there? This is a header knocked around. He had to be at least, I don't know, 20 meters out, and he takes a left-handed, a left-footed skip shot into the keeper. Really wasn't threatening at all. I mean, if he was moving or if he had time to set that up from that distance, maybe, but that wasn't the play there. David Wood, I do not know the Anthony Joshua reference. I don't know if that's a UK thing, but I hope everyone else is enjoying the joke. Yeah, I don't think that Pierre is faking it. I think he'll probably come out at half. I think they just want him to make it that far. Benning is always complaining out there. This isn't good. Kick ahead. O'Connor's playing one-on-one with Lloyd, and McLean comes all the way back and steals it, kicks it out wide to Rathbone. Great play. So O'Connor just kept him busy enough for McLean to come flying back. Great to see. Rathbone made a play like that earlier where McLean was doing the same thing and Rathbone came flying up and stole the ball. The players are really getting back, showing a lot of hustle. This is great. Free kick call here. Quite a ways out. No threat to go directly at goal. Should be right on the edge of the box where the ball comes in. Yeah. Does feel like it. They're in absolutely no rush. We're at the 42-minute mark here. They're definitely hoping to get to half. I think they're I don't know that they're that gassed, but they definitely could stand to regroup, and I think they'll swap out Pierre at the very least. Here's a goal kick. I didn't look at any of the numbers. If you guys know how many fans, if we, I would presume we filled up our whole away allocation. Most of the stadium is full. It's not full capacity, but it's pretty close. Oh, there's Sean chiming in. I don't have the ability to do the surveys and everything, but Sean's put one up. How much time do you add? Less than 2 minutes, 3 to 5, 6 to 7, or greater than 8? Pierre was on the ground for 3 to 4 minutes. Could add probably another 1 or 2, so I don't know we're going to get much more than the 3 to 5 myself, but McLean waited a minute just for a ball. They don't seem to have them spread out along the edge much. Like the ball just went out of bounds. Pierre looked like he had to go 20 meters to find a ball. Ball's thrown in. Everyone raising their hands. Look at Clearworth. You know, for a guy that doesn't look that sizable, Clearworth's fairly strong. I keep expecting him to get tossed around on those plays where people are jostling for position, and I don't see him flinch. I see guys draped on him, pulling on him, and he's just holding his own, holding his space. Very impressed. Nice comeback steal by Lee. Gets to O'Connell. O'Connell springs it up. Oh, no. I hope James didn't just twist his knee. That didn't look good. He was spinning, and he got hit, and it looked like his leg planted. Yeah, he's holding the back of his leg. Oh, it was a kick right to the calf. That's why. Good thing his ankle did not plant there. He's fine. He's up. Okonkwo kicks it ahead. There's Fletcher with the header. Ball's being knocked around. Shrewsbury with it. Midfield. Trying to make a break down the right side. They had a lot of numbers. Wrexham's back pretty much. They swing it wide left. Here comes the chip across. Header. Very good play by Shrewsbury. It was headed wide. I don't know if there was enough on it to make it so that Arthur couldn't stop it, but it was a very good play. They had one of the players slow his progression a little bit, and they chipped behind the defenders, and it was a header across from left to right. It was wide by at least a good yard. I mean, other than the lucky breakaway, that to me, that was about the only like show of kind of skill and class by this team so far, offensively speaking. Ball gets to Arthur. Doesn't do a great job with it. Does a little strange chip thing. We're able to work it out from there. Oh, that's got to be a yellow. Come on. Yeah, finally. Wrexham would have had a breakaway there, and they take the professional foul and from behind. No chance of getting the ball. Smart play from where it was. The free kick is not it's at midfield, so it's not really. Yeah, it's just a pull down. He looks like he kicked at him, and he put two arms around him. A little bit of a dive by Lee, but it definitely stopped him from getting away with the ball. So, yeah, it looks like you guys agree. 3 to 5 minutes likely. Max with a nice chip ahead, set up, hits Fletcher. Fletcher heads it, ball's in front. There's McLean, misses it. Lee chipped it over to McLean. McLean tried to one-time it. I think that was McLean. I guess it could have been Cannon. Their haircuts are similar to me from this distance. Lee with the ball. Cannon, get it over to Barney. They get it to him. Cross is right there. Oh, how does Rathbone miss? Unbelievable pass. Rathbone, what? Like, is he 2 yards out? Hits him right dead center. And he just, I mean, how do you, that was perfect service. I guess Rathbone had to dive back a little bit. Come on. Amazing play there. Great service again. I don't know how does Barney see him and put it right on him like that? I mean, as close to right on him as you can. Like I said, maybe Rathbone had to dive back a little bit. Maybe that's why it caused him to hit it straight out of bounds instead of on an angle back. In real time, though, it just looks like there's no way you can blow it. There's time. Players coming off now. just setting up the scoreboard so I don't mess anything up. Oh, that was a very good missed opportunity there. All right, I can jump to the big screen. Yeah, Sean's put up another one for us. Who's the first sub off the bench? He has Scar for EOC, Mullen for Lee, Marriott for Lee, Dobson in for Cannon. Between you and I'm hoping Dobson doesn't come in unless we're ahead. Then I'd love for him to come in. He does add a burst of energy, but usually for me, I think Cannon's your better offensive option. Since we're only tied at the moment, I'd rather keep Cannon in, but love to see what you guys have to say. All right. I got the statistics up. Let me go through them. All right. Our XG, as always, horrible, 0.46. There's a 0.14. They only had 35% possession. They had 3 total shots. We had 6. We both had 1 big chance. I'm going to go to some of the other statistics here. Let's see what's up. We had 2 corners. They had 7 fouls committed. We had 3. We had the better of them pretty much in all the shots categories: total shots, shots off target, blocked shots, shots outside the box, shots inside the box. We had all the passing numbers too. 71% on the accuracy. 212 passes, which is not bad for us. But I mean, we've had the bulk of the possession, so you'd think the numbers might even be a little higher. We're ahead on ground duels 1 and duels in general 1. Yeah, when they're given fought mob ratings, Barnett, Fletcher are the top 2 for us. They somehow have O'Connell at 6.8. I don't know how they do that. They don't watch the game, that's how. All right, no need to go to the, I guess I can flash the table, but really no change. We're the only ones in the mix. Shrewsbury's all the way down at 22nd. They played 2 more games than the next closest team, Crowley, and they're 2 points behind. So they really need wins. And for us, a draw does pull us ahead of Wickham. But we will have played 1 more game than them, so we really need the win here. David Wood says, can't believe fall for Arthur wasn't an option. Yeah, very good. Does Sean have 1 toque with him? Just wondering. Yeah, Vince. We may need the toques. You're hoping that we don't need to pull out the toques for Shrewsbury, but I guess that's possible. You see, how many people do we have with us? 86 people with us today. That's good. What's going on? I'm going to show the field here, showing a little bit of the replays. Here's the O'Connell fall down right here. Causes the breakaway. And short post gets by Arthur from that distance. Really, you'd think he'd be able to cover that, but at that distance, the ball was struck well. Probably not enough time to get your hands up. I can't see if the angle is. Yeah, he was right on the edge. I mean, he was there enough, but from that distance, too much power to do anything about it. Yeah, not enough time for Arthur to react. And then here comes the play. Barney, you can see it setting it up. I even called it out. There it is, far post. Bam. Header right past the keeper. So that's how we got to this place. Let me see. There we go. I don't want to show too much and get in trouble. I'm going to go check, see if you guys sent anything new into Discord. What are we looking at here? Nope, nothing. Everyone's here watching the game. All right, what do we think is going to go on in the second half here, guys? I mean, I don't know. I think we're looking decent offensively. We're starting to get the more and more chances. I don't think that Shrewsbury is all that deep. So I do think that when we make a few subs that the guys that we're bringing off the bench, if it's Mullen and Marriott and Fallon, those guys should have an advantage and hopefully enough to get us another goal or two. I'd like to see the 3-1 score or Sean. I'd even accept Sean's 2-1, although I'd love to see that 3 goals and get us that extra. Not very rarely do we have a 2-goal lead and feel comfortable, right? The Wrexham way this year is to get the goal late and secure either the draw or the win. Yeah, W&G saying 2-1. I'm pushing for the 3-1. And we only gave up that other goal largely because it was a fall by O'Connell there. Still don't understand why he tripped and fell. Don't get it. Conditions aren't that slippery. Didn't really seem like a play that would cause you to do that, but chat is kind of quiet today, guys. What's up? There's 86 of you watching. So they're bringing up some statistics. I'll throw those up on the screen. All the same ones we went over in Fought Mob. I wouldn't be surprised if Scar does come in. Dave Foster, he's with me. He's 3-1. Trying to bring that positive thought to this. Yeah. Why are we quiet? I don't know. I'm still juiced that we're back at it, that we're getting to see a bunch of games. And, of course, I mean, I want to get us in good form, especially with Birmingham coming up. At home, thank goodness, right? That's where we have. That's where we play our best. And I wonder if it's a coincidence. I started seeing in my YouTube feed Dexy's Midnight Runners, which I guess is, if you're old like me, they had a song "Come On, Eileen" from the '80s, and I guess they're from Birmingham. So there we go. Sean's usually the one bringing all the interesting facts, and that's all I have today. The only semi-interesting fact about pop music from the 80s. Oh, Dave's working. That's why. Marcus, nice to see you. That's why everyone's quiet. No one wants. I have to yell for us, right? Yeah, Shrewsbury. Yeah, they have done well against some big teams. And Birmingham's one of them. Good call out there, Marcus. Squid Games Wrexham. First time seeing you on. Look at that. You even got the Squid Games icon. Don't want to get off topic, but I didn't like that the season was broken up into 2. We got halfway through, and now we have to wait it for another whole season. I know it'll come hopefully somewhat quickly, but I didn't like them breaking up Squid Games. Yeah, it's a work day. You mean the rest of you guys don't take half the day off? That's the dedication that I bring to the Red Horde. I take the day off so that I can not mess stuff up. If I was trying to work and do this, forget about it. Just watching a lot of the stuff that Paramount's putting up. They're showing all of the Premier League stuff. Well, they're showing some championship stuff, I guess, at the moment. How much changed? Why don't we do that? Why don't I'll throw that out there and see if anyone can lend something to the conversation here. I really want to see two players come on. I want to see two players that you wouldn't have to swap out in the championship. Come on. I mean, I don't see why you can't do that. Like, maybe no one's available, but we haven't overpaid for anybody yet. And, like, I'm okay. Like, if you have to overpay just for the transfer fee, I don't think that's that big of a deal. I don't know if people are worried about what they think is overpaying for a player whose salary's too large. I presume that they keep the same salary. Is that how that contract works? You buy into that contract, or do they have to sign a brand new one? I thought you came over with the same salary, right? So, I don't know. If you have the money, then I don't think you should be all that concerned about the transfer fees. I mean, I understand you can't get taken to the cleaners and then everyone thinks that they can do that with you. I get it. But I mean, we're at the 16th. We're halfway through this month, and it doesn't feel like we're close to anybody yet. I see everyone else making moves. And, if there's a game you want some talent to be at, it would probably be the Birmingham game, right? Like, how long are we going to wait to the last minute to bring someone in? Let's. I don't want a settling. I want someone good. I understand. Now we're getting Lee's coming back and Marriott back. If he's up to speed, and then we're playing Fletcher more, and he's doing what he's doing now. How desperate are we? No, I mean, we could probably make it. I mean, as good as our defense is, we definitely make the playoffs, but I just don't want to see that automatic slip away when it's so close. Yeah, I just really wish he didn't take his time so much sometimes, right? He shows far more patience than I certainly would have. So what are we looking at? The players coming back out onto the field, so hopefully we're going to be starting in the next minute or so. If we made it to the championship, what do you think our odds are of being able to stay up? I mean, as slow as they are moving with bringing in players, or at least it feels that way to me. Maybe it's not. Maybe we do a lot of buying and selling of players in comparison to other teams, but I wouldn't expect that they're going to swap out half the team or more. So, how well can this team stand in the championship? Are they good enough to stay out of relegation? All right, I'm going to swap us back into the scoreboard. Referees are coming out. Shrewsbury with the ball at midfield here. Almost underway. Yeah, we would be in relegation battle. Oh, yeah, only 3 go down, right? So just have to make sure we stayed out of that bottom 3 if we move up, right? Looks like they're ready to blow the whistle here. And we're underway. Shrewsbury kicks it ahead. Awful header by O'Connell. So I don't know if any of you guys are seeing this. There's like an extra line that goes down the right side of the pitch closest to the camera. And it looks like it used to be the out of bounds. I don't know if they shift the field a little left, a little right or something, but they created another yard outside of that with a much darker line. And every time I see it, the camera, when it's the ball's near midfield, I only see the first line that doesn't count, not the actual out of bounds line. And I keep thinking the play's over or that it's out, and it's not. It's really distracting me. Usually on these professional fields, you don't see all the extra lines that you would in a multi-use field somewhere else. Are the women's fields smaller? Not the Rock, that's for sure. Some of the fields are, some of them aren't, right? That the width of the field is the thing that seems to change the most. And they allow, I don't know the exact numbers. Maybe Sean, someone else can chime in what the acceptable range of width is. But when you see the women playing, especially like at the Rock and a few other places, when they're on the far side of the field, you can't even tell who's who. Stupid giveaway. Oh, no. Oh, no. O'Connell. You got to be kidding me. O'Connell loses his man, doesn't know where he is, takes a stab at the ball. I don't think he sees it, ends up cleaning out a player, and now it's a penalty kick. Yeah, he's earned himself a move to the bench. Yep. He went to kick the ball, missed the ball, and kicked the player. Had no idea there was a guy there. He was taking his time trying to get fancy. So instead of kicking it out, he was going to bring it around and work it all the way around. Had no idea. I don't know if a good keeper's yelling that out and saying that that there's a man on, and letting him know. I don't know if you could have called that out because he already had a man on. I don't know if he gets that, but yeah, I mean, this is not good. Well, here's the penalty kick. Oh, go save. Great save. Wrexham doesn't get in for the rebound. That was awful. Great kick save by Arthur, and not enough of a follow-up by the team. 2-1. Well, I said he made 2 mistakes before, costing us a goal, so he wasn't just at fault, he was doubly at fault. Now he's triply at fault. Just making up words to explain how bad O'Connell's playing today. I guess it's hard. I mean, Rathbone was sprinting in full speed, and he couldn't get there, right? So maybe there's no reasonable expectation that one of the defenders gets there. But one of the things that I don't think Okonkwo does a great job is that when he does block the ball, he puts it in a position where the other team can knock in a rebound. You really they talk about that for hockey, where the saves that you have to kick them off to the sides and to the corners, and he just kicked that. He did all he could just to stop the ball, but the ball popped out right out front and made it easy for the Shrewsbury player just to come forward and keep it. Here's Barnett with a chip across. McLean tried to hit it. It was knocked out by Shrewsbury. Yeah, Fletcher said, how about the fact they're wrapping me up? We're holding on to him. He's had 2 players doing that the whole time. Pierre's still in the game some reason. That's because they let him hold on to everyone, so they expect he doesn't have to run around much, I guess. Come on, Xi Jinping. I hope you're bringing us the good vibes. Not the great service there. Keeper comes out. No one blocked him. He just came running out and snagged the ball. That guy is a house. There's no knocking him over. Looks like a linebacker for an American football team. Ball's getting batted around. Shrewsbury with it in Wrexham's end. O'Connell with another crap play. They better start stretching Scar out. Nice steal by McLean. A little bit of a hard touch. Able to gather it before they pick it off. Max bringing it down the right side. Puts it ahead to Lee, who somehow missed. Hard touches that. Like how perfect pass on the carpet. No, the ball's not bouncing at all, and Lee's first touch is garbage, and then he ends up striking it way too hard, sending it through the end line. What? There's no reason for that. That's one of the things about Max. He seems to be getting better and better at his passes ahead. Instead of just chipping long opposite side, he's trying to be clinical with, getting it to the midfielders, slicing it in between players. He's done that several times today, and that pass was just perfect. To see it get botched as bad as it was is the only reason why I'm calling it out is because it was such a perfect pass. There's no reason to be doing that. McLean steals the ball at midfield. Shrewsbury gets it back. A lot of holding that they're allowing the midfield. Awful kick ahead to McLean, trying to send him down the left. Ball goes out of bounds. Dexy's won more than a one-hit wonder. So we got Dexy's fans. I just think that people know them best for that one song. But yes, they had at least what would be considered a good album. Looks like all the Shrewsbury fans are down there, right up to the barrier where the security will allow it, and they're all giving an earful to McLean, I believe, who's winding them up. Yes, he's talking up a storm. He's like, look at how bad that guy is. Yeah, they have all come down out of the stands. They're practically on the pitch. McLean cracks me up. Gino. Oh, let's get the Wrexham chant going, huh? Clean with the throw in. There it is. Nice play. Lee to Rathbone. Back to Lee. Brings it over to Cannon. Squirts it over to Barney. Everyone rushes, expecting Barney to do his typical cross. He's double teamed, triple teamed now. He still has the ball. He's dancing around, trying to find it. Everyone wants him to cross it. They have to bring the ball back around. Max to James. James totally composed. Sends it over to O'Connor. Swings it all the way back around to McLean on the far left. He's making some nice moves. Ball's kicked out. McLean says hello to the fans. They warmly welcome him to Shrewsbury with many hand gestures. McLean with the ball, chips it in with his right foot, a little low, spins towards the keeper. No real threat there. I think he wanted to put a little bit more on it, get it over to Fletcher, but just did not get it there. See you later, Denise. Maybe we'll see you on Sunday. McLean with the O'Connell with the ball at his feet again. Not necessarily a great play. Got very iffy there. Shrewsbury was able to get control of it. Hey, Very and Tom Fitzgerald. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I didn't see Alejandro. I did see Northern Border sneak in earlier, but I didn't see Alejandro. Shrewsbury with the ball deep in Wrexham territory with a throw-in. Ball's thrown in. Rathbone with another great steal. Tries to chip it ahead. Shrewsbury intercepts. Ball's over on the far right. Shrewsbury knocks it out. Be a throw-in for O'Connor. A Took, really? Much worse than I thought. Yeah, we may need to go to Tukes pretty soon. We're at 56 minutes. I gotta wait. I don't want to go to the Tuke energy too early. Who's the yellow for? I looked away and I missed the play. Shrewsbury player obviously gets the yellow. Another anti-hero. They won't even throw the ball in. So the ball got out of bounds. And again, because they have so few, they're waiting for the ball to come in. The fans throw it all the way out into the middle of the thing as they were taunting McLean. What's now? Security's walking out onto the field in front of McLean's face. What the hell's he doing? Look at this nonsense. This extremely large security guy is coming out and belly bumping McLean. Look at it. Now he has his hands on McLean. That can't be illegal. That can't be legal. He's following around McLean like an escort. The crowd's really wild. Look at now he's backing into him. McLean's trying to throw the ball in and the guy's getting in the way. I guess he's supposedly protecting because they're throwing batteries or something at McLean. He caught a battery, I think, that they whipped at McLean. I'm wondering if like there's a head of security or something in his earpiece telling him that he has to like not let McLean put the ball in play until it's safe. Looks like a corner. Now they're going down to protect, who was that? Lee with the in-swinger. Oh, what a crap play. How? What has Lee done to earn taking corners? That was horrendous. I don't even know the last time I kicked a football. More than 20 years ago. And I could get up out of my chair and make a better entry kick than that. That was horrible. I understand McLean's been out. Lee's been out for a while, but he's just having a wretched game, in my opinion. All right, Shrewsbury with the play. They kick it ahead. Balls makes it down to the edge of the box. Fletcher clears it out, gets it right to Lee. They take him out. Ball's over to McLean. Passes it back to O'Connor. Chips it ahead, unfortunately to nobody but a Shrewsbury player. Ball's getting knocked around with headers. O'Connor gets it over to Max. Max is going to clear it out. No, he starts bringing it up. Looks pretty good. Gets it over to Barney. Barney knocks it ahead to Fletcher and Cannon. Fletcher gets banged into, and I think the ball deflected off of Shrewsbury player. They're all zoomed in here. It's hard to tell. Two 2-1, 60th minute. We're going to have to make some subs here. Spark, get a little spark for Wrexham. Thrown in, it's being knocked around. Back forth with the headers. Rathbone settles it, gets it back to O'Connor, brings it back to Okonkwo. Knocks it down. Fletcher stands it up, takes the header. Rathbone gets a piece of it, back to Fletcher, back to Rathbone. Barney's got it on the wing. He cuts inside, gets taken out. They don't call anything. Rathbone's able to get it. Oh, banging of knees, Cannon and a defender. They don't call anything there either. Ball goes out, goes over to Shrewsbury. Throw in here. Down the line. It was out the whole time. They give it to Wrexham. Shrewsbury tries to steal it. Linesman called it correctly. Barney's going to throw it in. Gives it to Lee. Lee's trying to make something happen. Brings it back to James. Then to Max. Over to O'Connell. Working it back to the middle here. Pass ahead to Lee. Doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't handle it great. Wasn't the best pass. O'Connell chips it up to Fletcher, who has 4 guys on him. 4. Like they've got their defense set. They're not trying to break out here. That's a flop. Oh, I wrote K flop. There we go. Rathbone working his butt off again. Pressures Pierre. Ball gets knocked out. And, of course, they're stalling. Say they're stalling. The ball still hasn't got in yet. Finally gets thrown in. They're going to be milking this. We're going to get like 5 minutes of real playing time the rest of this game. Ball gets swung out wide to Barney. He's approaching midfield. He's going to chip it way ahead. Tries to hit Fletcher. They climbed his back and what? They call that on Fletcher for backing into him? Or was he offsides? Not sure what happened there. Gave the ball over to Shrewsbury. They're going to be keepers coming out to play the ball. McLean gets a piece of it. It's getting knocked around midfield. And O'Connell falls again. The guy that's playing him, the captain for Shrewsbury, is a tiny guy. There's no way. O'Connell falls again and didn't even get hit. That was Lloyd this time. It wasn't even the captain. Please take him out. He is having maybe the worst game of his Wrexham career, minus the one where he owned gold in the first minute and a half of his first appearance for us. Here's an in-swinger for Shrewsbury. Pretty good service. Right to Arthur, who bobbles the catch for no reason. Like I said, anytime he goes to catch it, Shrewsbury delays the game. They're going to give him a yellow flag. Yeah, a yellow card, sorry. For blocking Okonkwo from hitting it. anything to stall here. They're going to, I'd expect them to start subbing as much as possible, spreading them all out, trying to kill more clock. So the ball still hasn't got in yet. Here comes Mullen in for Cannon. Interesting. So I'm guessing that's really Mullen up front. Lee will move back to the midfield is my guess. I don't think they'll really change the formation much. Ball's still not in. And now they're on the ground saying that they need help. Now Physio's out there. Yeah. Are you faking? Yeah, I'm faking. Let's keep faking. That's the conversation taking place right now. Oh, this is a tough game. Tough game to watch. Now they're going to sub. So ball's kicked out of bounds what feels like 5 minutes ago. We had a Wrexham sub. Then they have a player just wasting time on the ground. Physio comes out. Just as they start to bring him off because he's being told that he has to get up and get off the field, then they do a sub. Minutes are just disappearing here. And I didn't think we got much added time in the first half, so I don't know that we're going to get a ton in the second half here. Ball's finally back in play. O'Connell kicks it up the right side. Rathbone doing his thing. Barney with the ball, 2 guys on him. They're kicking the crap out of him. Yeah, and they call it off Barney. He was literally pushed out of bounds. He was picked up and pushed, and then Benning was hip checking him the whole time while he was being carried from behind. And now they're stalling. Now he's talking to the linesman, taking forever to throw it in. And they're doing the game where you throw it down the line to a guy who's immediately just going to knock it out of bounds. And now they're taking their time again. Ball's thrown in. They put it right down the line again. Yeah, they don't even want to bring it over near the middle of the field. They're trying to keep it, Shrewsbury is, on the edge so that it gets knocked out and they can waste more time, and that's what happens. Max slips. I don't know if he pulled a calf muscle or something. He's holding the back of his leg. Doesn't look serious. He knocked it out of bounds. We're all standing around just wasting time again. Strange realities. You missed Mullen come in, excuse me, for Cannon. We think Lee moved back to the midfield and Mullen up front. They had a sub on their side. Wasn't paying attention to who it was. Just too busy complaining about all the time wasting. Ball gets thrown in, immediately knocked out. Ball gets thrown in again. Max with the ball. Rathbone steals a Shrewsbury pass. Great lead for Mullen. Mullen's got to cross it. He was offsides. That's where Mullen lives. He doesn't ever live on sides. And he blames Rathbone for not hitting it ahead early enough. He made his run. I guess he didn't make his run too early, but geez. That might have been one of the few where it wasn't his fault. He's usually standing offsides. This time it was he made a run, and Rathbone took an extra stride before he put the pass ahead, and Mullen ended up borderline offsides. play for Shrewsbury there. They got it right on the edge of the box. Bad, not a great hit on the ball. Hooked it left of the goal and then dove on the ground, acting like there was some foul, which there wasn't. A lot of nothing there. Wrexham with the ball back in. I saw Max with it. They're showing a replay now, so I can't see much of anything. Yeah, O'Connell's on the ground again. Their captain pulled him to the ground. O'Connell is big enough where if that guy's trying to pull you to the ground, he should just be hanging in the air, dangling from you. Their captain is not a big man, and if he's trying to draw fouls, that's not going to happen. What a great play! A chip ahead to Fletcher. Fletcher controls it. Beautiful. Bring down, turns, and fires the ball. Is a little high, but great play by him. Not a wise play by Mullen there. He tries to chip it over the top. The keeper wasn't that far out. There was really no play to be had there. We're at the 72nd mark. Yeah, I mean, even just getting one back here is not going to make. I mean, I'll be glad that we get one back if we do, but definitely not making me happy either. This needed to be 3 points. Connell knocks it out wide to Barney. Tries to hit it ahead. Lee with the ball. Wrestling it over to Barney. Barney's going to chip it in. Gets drilled away, hits a player. He has to throw it back in. Ball gets thrown in. Rathbone with the ball. Chips it over. Blasts it a little too hard. It's a tough play. Good effort, though. He had to play the ball in a hop, and when he did, he skied the ball. If he could have got that down, Fletcher was had his man ahead. He was ahead of his man. It just would have been a tap in if Rathbone somehow could have got him the ball. I think that's why he was rushing. He saw Fletcher moving quickly and wide open, but he had too much on it. Bunch of handballs there that the referee's not calling. Barney knocks it ahead. Here goes Mullen. They pull on Mullen's jersey. He obviously wants a call. Wasn't anything there, really. Ball's in the hands of the keeper now. And they have someone rolling around on the ground. One of the guys that had a yellow earlier. And they're trying to use it as a timeout to come over and get drinks and waste time. I mean, I hear you, Stephen. Like, I'd be worried about Fletcher this late, except that he just had a really great chance. Only one that he could handle, where the ball came to him, he hits it in his chest, he drops it down to his left foot, his strong foot, and he blasts it. And if it was on target, it was a little high, it was a goal. So I don't know that that's the guy I'd be taking out. He doesn't look that strained right now. A lot of time wasting. The ball's not in again. And another couple of minutes, and now they're finally subbing. They didn't put the ball in. He didn't give them a time wasting so that they could do the sub. Now Marriott's in the game. Don't know who he came in for. I was looking elsewhere. Oh, they took O'Connell out. So I don't know how that works. So we put in James. They dropped James back to center mid. Is that what we did? Is Scar in the, what? Guys, help me out. What did I miss? Do we just have a back two? Or it's a pseudo back four or something? Barney with the ball, midfield, throw in. Fletcher with it. Tries to knock it ahead to Marriott. Isn't able to connect. O'Connor with a nice header. James chips it ahead beautifully to Marriott. Marriott's trying to run ahead. Almost gets there. Pierre just gets in the way. Rathbone's complaining, and then the referee asks him what he's complaining about. He tells him, and apparently doesn't like what Rathbone has to say and gives him a yellow. Mullen chips it ahead. Ball's going back and forth. Can't really get any good control over it. Shrewsbury with the ball. They kick it out wide to the left. Ball centered. Saved by Lee. Not a good clear. James is being pulled, working his magic. Chip ahead. Max clears it to Lee. Lee, bad first touch again. McLean with the ball. Slices it across. Nice play to Rathbone. Rathbone ahead to Barney. Barney has to wait for it a little bit. Gets it now. He's in stride. He's coming down the right-hand side. Cuts it across. Right to there to Mullen. How do you miss? Get on it. Get on it. Ball's still free. Ball's still free. Here comes McLean. Chips it up. Chips it up. Keeper comes all the way out. Oh. I don't know. Is he trying to play some sort of offsides? Like, I guess he has to get back because the ball bounced back behind him a little bit. We had like 5 chances there. Fletcher. Yeah, we want Fletcher with another goal. I agree. Ball's being knocked around. 78th minute. O'Connor knocks it deep. It feels like, you know, we're right there. We're on the precipice of scoring a goal. Shrewsbury with a slight breakaway here. Ball's at midfield. Barney comes back, disrupts it. Shrewsbury pops out. Ball down the far left side. It's out. Max throws it in. Gets to O'Connor. Yeah, I don't blame you, Steven. I'm mad that Parky's taking forever with the striker. I don't know. I mean, I'm just not buying all this stuff about this is how long it takes and we can't, you know, we're not getting a good price. And it just seems like all a bunch of garbage. This guy, what? All these guys wouldn't fit. There's no player that fits this system that's really good that you won't pay for. And Mullen's doing bullshit. Just play the goddamn game, Mullen. Like, if you don't bring him on, if that's what he's going to do. The ref's not handing out free penalties all over the place. So stay on your feet and play the ball. And there's a flop, and he gives it. No sooner do I say that, and the guy dives under, the captain dives under a Wrexham player to get a call. I think there's no chance they sell Mullen. But if you were going up, that's probably what you should be doing, right? But you could sell him at the end of the year. You don't need to sell him now. A lot of clutching and grabbing. Shrewsbury comes out with the ball just at the edge of the box. They put a nice move on the ball. Lloyd does, I think that was, on the left side, but he misses the goal on the left. '81st minute here. Let's go. Come on, Wrexham. Ball's knocked ahead. Fletcher's pushed in the back. Can't get a piece of it. Jumps in, gets a header. Ball's in to Marriott, working hard. They're grabbing him. They get two guys on him, pull him to the ground. Barney slices it way too high. It's right to Fletcher. McLean gets the ball. He chips it up way too high again. Oh, great touch by Fletcher. Ball again, back forth, comes out wide to McLean. He's going to chip. Nope, holds it. He tries to make a move back on his right foot. Cuts back. Now he's on his left, back to his right foot, all over the place. Tries to get the ball on the ground to Fletcher, unable to do it. O'Connor, and now they call a Jesus. These guys are diving all over the place, and now the ref's calling. He won't call it for Mullen in his garbage, but Shrewsbury guy hits the ground and whistle blown. Diving instructor. Very nice. And wasting time. Shrewsbury's going to run out of guys to fake it. They're just rotating through the whole roster. Physio's out, of course. If you're being honest, this should be a 8 to 10 minute extra time. I know this is part of the game and it's always been there, but why? Why? Why do it? Why not just stop the clock, wait until the ref goes, start the clock again? Then cut down on all this BS. It's not benefiting anybody. Ball's back in finally. Ball's all the way down to Okonkwo. Rolls it out wide to McLean. McLean's bringing it up the left side. Hits it over to James. James back to McLean. Lee with the ball. Little pressure. Marriott comes back. It's over to McLean. He's going to try to chip it. Cuts it across to Fletcher. Nice header to Mullen. Gets intercepted. Ball's knocked down. They're just going to be clearing it like this. Okonkwo with the ball. Gives it to O'Connor. Oh, major takeout of McLean. Of course, it'll just eat up more clock. Why not do it? Give him a nice another yellow. He's laughing. Purposely took out McLean just to waste more time. It'll waste another 30, 40 seconds easily. Yeah, taking too long. O'Connor, we get the ball in. Are we waiting for a whistle to blow? Now he blows a whistle so O'Connor can hit it in. It's a nice chip ahead, out to the far right. A lot of grabbing by Shrewsbury. They dive on the ball. Now they knock it down the far right. Barney intercepts, clears it back to the middle. Fletcher's getting mugged. Two guys on him, sheds them, gets the ball to Lee. Lee over to McLean. McLean's in the corner, crosses it. There it is. Fletcher tries to get up. Oh, my goodness. He is working his tail off today. He has two guys on him almost the whole time. He's having to shed them to get up in the air and do work. He's going to be icing himself for the next week and a half. The work, the amount of work effort being put in by Fletcher, I didn't think he had this much energy. ability to go 90 minutes, but this is really impressive. He and Rathbone are just standing out. Yeah, the Meg Ryan faking is the pinnacle, David. McLean looking for someone to pass to, sends it back to O'Connor. Got to get something going. We're not going to get but 2 more chances probably with all the stalling going on. They target Fletch again, unable to connect with him. He's starting to look a little gassed. They just went right over the top of Marriott, no call. Lee with a cutesy play. He gets taken down. He's breaking ahead. He's got the ball. They come up from behind. Ball's just inside the box. He had 3 guys on him. They were able to take it from Lee. I don't know that he had a lot of options to pass it on that one, but he took way too much time, and he got caught from behind. Of course, as we talked about, they're going to use all their substitutions trying to kill clock. The guy will take forever to come over. Yeah. Freeney's walking over. Oh, no, it's not me. I'm not coming in. Oh, it's someone else. Oh, I'm changing my mind. Oh, bring someone else over. Ball still not in. Clock ticking. Coming up on the 57th minute here. Glad you guys are staying with us. It's about 90 of us here. Let's go, Wrexham. Cross in low by Marriott's asking for the ball. Linesman has not been our friend all game. Let's see what actually happened here. No, it did go off Marriott. Went off Shrewsbury, then off Marriott's foot. He's saying I didn't hit it. You didn't hit it you did hit it the second time you hit it. Missed the first one. Goal kick out to midfield. Wrexham played ahead. Fletcher tries to spring Mullen. Now they do. Mullen's got the ball. Marriott's running, tries to hit him. Defender plays it down very well. Wasting time. Good defense by Shrewsbury. Jesus recovers in 3 days. David Wood. Woo! Bringing the good stuff. Back and forth at midfield. Ball's being knocked around. Barney with the ball. He's trying to bring it all the way back around. O'Connor with it, bringing it up through the midfield. Chips it ahead. Trying to hit a streaking Marriott. Hits him in the back of the leg, unfortunately. Comes back out. That could have worked if Marriott got his back leg out of the way. It would have sprung to him. Would have been difficult. Barney with the ball. He's close to midfield. He wants to try to chip it from there. Decides not to. Gives it to Max. Max thinking about the same thing. They knock the ball over to James. James back to Max. Over to O'Connor. He's thinking, who can I get the ball to? Looking for Mullen. They go after Fletch. They have 2 guys on him again. Fletch is getting upset. They're grabbing him every time. Ref's just refusing to call it. What are they calling it? Right outside the box? What are they doing? Now they're going to be bringing on foul. It's only, like we're almost out of regular time. They got to bring in foul, and then they got to announce how much time's left. They're bringing out Rathbone. I don't know if that's a guy I would swap out. You're already losing. Like, I might have taken James out. Rathbone's working his tail off unless he's gassed. Coming to the end of regulation time here. Ball's cleared out. It's at the midfield. Ball gets knocked out. It's going to be a throw in. 8 minutes of extra time. Still haven't thrown it in. Wasted a good 30-plus seconds there. Now it's finally in. Barney with it. Boots it ahead up the middle of the field. Shrewsbury intercepts. They're going to chip it wide left. Ball's getting knocked around. Gets knocked out. It was a very scary play defensively. They didn't look good there, but Wrexham dodges a bullet and be a goal kick. McLean with the ball on the far left. 7 minutes left. Lee with it in the middle. He's looking to try to get it ahead to Fall. Bad pass. Ball isn't able to get there. Lee runs into a player, knocks him to the ground, and now he's going to make a meal of it, lying on the ground. Yeah, Steve, I forgot to put the toque on, but I think it's kind of a waste to toque it up in extra time here. I could feel a goal if we were actually playing, but we're not. We're spending just the ball's in play for like 20 seconds, and then it's flopping and stalling and grabbing, and ball's knocked way deep. Fletcher goes up, goes off Shrewsbury player's head. Ball's being knocked around. McLean has it. Gives it to James. James looking. Gives it over to Lee. Lee's pressured. Almost gives it away. O'Connor comes forward and tries to keep it in. Not able to really. Max with the ball. Chips it up. Ball's in McLean's feet. He's able to keep it in. He's looking. Give it a Fall. Give it a Fall. Fall's just, I don't know. He's trying to get open, but he doesn't seem to be able to adjust to a pass that isn't perfect to him. Shrewsbury's got it on the far left side. Barnett's trying to win the ball back. Shrewsbury kicks it ahead, down deep left side, just on the outer edge of the left side of the box. Lloyd with it. O'Connor's on him. James in there. They grab James's leg. And they don't call anything, of course. Lloyd lying on the ground. Now he wants to stall and waste time. And they're letting him. Of course they are. I don't know, very mumblings. I have not seen anybody look better than Fletcher in that Palmer Fletcher role this year other than this game. Fletcher's been a beast, far better than Palmer at his best, in my opinion. If you want to do Marriott, Fletcher Marriott. But I would definitely not be putting in Palmer over Fletcher, especially for Birmingham. Here comes a move, kick across by Shrewsbury, misses the goal. It's going to be a goal kick. They get it in quickly. Ball's being brought up by O'Connor. 4 minutes left. Ball's out wide to Max, back over to the middle to O'Connor, trying to get everyone forward. He's looking for a spot. He chips it out wide to the right. Fletcher has 3 guys on him, pulling his jersey. Marriott knocks off a player. It's going to go for a corner, right? That has to be our corner, right? What is it? They're all zoomed in. I can't tell what's going on here. Again, it went off the back of the Shrewsbury player, and it's an awful call again by the linesman. And of course, they're stalling. So we got about 5 seconds of play in the last minute again. Ball's immediately out of bounds again. Under 3 minutes to go. They're just stalling, standing there waiting to throw the ball in. Finally do. Been 30 seconds since we had the ball back in play. Just wasting clock, wasting clock, wasting clock. McLean with the ball, drills it ahead. Didn't really have any choice, had to clear it quickly. Ball's getting knocked around. Max gets it over to Barney. This may be our last chance. Great service to the middle. Unfortunately, a little too deep. Tried to hit foul, and the keeper comes out, lays him the ball. There's 2 minutes left, and I'd be surprised if we get more than 10 seconds of actual game time in these last 2 minutes. Of course, he's not throwing it in, wandering around. Finally kicks it. O'Connor hits it ahead. Ball's being pinged back and forth. Oh, no. Okonkwo was really late coming out. He shouldn't be. He was. Looks like he might have taken a knee to the head. Of course, they foul. No call. And someone's rolling around faking. The guy that clatters into Okonkwo almost hits him and knees him in the head, and he's lying on the ground. And he's holding his head. Nothing touches his head. It's this, and he jumped over him. This is the same guy that pulled O'Connell down like 5 times. There's only less than a minute, and Barney's got the ball almost at midfield, and they still won't let him put it in. It's in. There's the chip ahead. Goes out wide. Is McLean able to keep it in? No. Goes out. It's a throw in. There's no options for McLean to throw it to, just Mullen. Tries to go to foul. Foul puts it back to McLean. They clear it out. Looks like it goes for a corner. What? That's not a corner? Now they give a yellow card because it's another bullshit call. They have not got anything right down that end. Both of the coaches are in the 4th referee's ears. With all the stalling and everything, this game's been almost unwatchable. Shrewsbury boots it out of play purposely because they're not even trying. Wrexham with a quick throw in. This will probably be it. A lot of pushing, clutching, grabbing, fouling. They're going to do it all. And they blow the whistle. That was awful. Absolutely awful. Final score 2-1 Shrewsbury. Yeah, not happy about that. Yeah, so obviously we've moved nowhere in the table. All we did was give everyone a game in hand. We're the only ones that have played 26 games. I mean, minus O'Connell's play, we weren't bad, but when they have a lead and they're just going to muck the game up and waste time, and not a lot you can do. We had some decent opportunities, but need to be able to make more. But once they could park the bus and throw a lot of guys back there and just rely on fouling all the time and letting the referee decide the game, it was over. Hey, Swoosh kids. Nice to see you. John Olson. So again, I mean, Mullen had, from my opinion, zero impact. Fletcher was a beast out there. Rathbone was awesome. McLean looked decent. James was okay. I thought Lee was a mess most of the game. A lot of mistakes. Cannon was Barney looked great as usual. O'Connor's service wasn't great. Max was good everywhere. Arthur was dicey a few times when he comes out, when he plays it off his feet, him kicking it ahead. Was unnecessarily dangerous a bunch of times, but yeah. Very scrappy game, yes. We'll be lucky to finish third or fourth playing like this, Marcus. It's just one game, but you can't be losing to Shrewsbury. It wasn't like they played great. It's a bunch of really bad mistakes. I mean, you could make the excuse that, well, we didn't play bad if it wasn't for just a couple of small mistakes, right? Then, we would have had this, but you can't be doing that. Like, for whatever reason, I don't know if he didn't bring the right cleats or what, but O'Connell couldn't stay on his feet. He kept falling to the ground constantly. And that penalty in the box was horrible. He's got to know where he is. He's got to know his surroundings. He can't think that he's going to be able to carry the ball out of there. He instead of booting it out with his left foot, he tried to play it over his right and take his time coming out. Didn't see the defender move over from the middle of the field, and ends up kicking the defender and causing a penalty in the box, causing us to lose the game. I mean, the first goal was his fault too. So away from home has not been good. You're absolutely right. Well, beating Birmingham at home, I don't know. Maybe that makes up for it. I don't know. If you told me that we could win here and draw with Birmingham at home, or lose here and beat Birmingham, if you think you actually have a chance at finishing above Birmingham, then beating them is more important. I get it, but I don't know. I think you needed to I think you needed to win here. So. We don't want to relegate them. Yeah, we gifted them 3 points. Right. It's just one game. It's obviously not panic time, but not happy. I'll go to the stats now. Let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah, we had way too much possession, 64%. Our expected goals was 1.28. They moved all the way up to 1.44. We had 12 shots. They had 8. They had 3 on target. We only had 2 on target, which was pretty bad. They had 4 big chances. We had 2. Our passing was fairly accurate, 68%. We had 8 fouls committed. They had 11, 4 corners for us, which we didn't look dangerous on any of them. I mean, they really got to practice that. We're not making any opportunities off those. And it's just a waste. It's a waste. Hey, Sci-Fi J. Transfer window ends on the 31st. So we got 2 weeks. 2 weeks in a day. And hopefully they don't wait till the last day at 11 o'clock at night and forget to sign paperwork like last time. Although that turned out to probably be a pickup that wouldn't have turned out for us. Maybe it would have, but that player didn't do much the rest of the year. Was it Newport he's on? So let's look at the passes. Yeah, we had all the numbers. They won the aerial duels and we won the ground duels. Their captain was their best player, 8.4. Yeah, just for manhandling a much bigger O'Connell, he earns the 8.4. But it's all their players are the high ratings in Fought Mob. Stephen Fletcher with a 7.3 and Okonkwo 7.1, Barnett 7.1. I don't know. I think Rathbone 6.6 seems low. He was really good out there. Hey, Iambo. Yeah, can we trade Mullen for 3 magic beans? I'm sure we could get a lot more than that for him. I just don't think that they'll do it. And I'm not even saying it's the right thing to do. I mean, they got to get some better quality strikers in there. But Fletcher was awesome up front. I mean, maybe you give Marriott a whole game, and he and Fletcher are enough of a duo to carry us. But we didn't see much of that pairing today, unfortunately. Just reading some of the comments you guys are putting in. They brought up the table. As you can see, we're still in third. And dropped 1 on goal difference. That's not great either. Not happy. We need Sean's luck. Maybe a guest appearance by Sean, not just in the chat. I'm going to take responsibility for that one. I forgot to go to the Toque. If I had gone to the Toque early enough in the middle of the second half, then maybe Wrexham wins. I'll save it for the Birmingham game, though. Bring extra Toque energy to the Birmingham game. Birmingham game next Thursday, and we need it. We will need that one. How many of you guys are still here? 35 of you watching. We have the women's game against, it'll be at the Rock, so it'll be at home for the women. And it's in, is it the Adtran Trophy? Well, there's 2 tournaments we're in. I think we face Swansea in both of them, and one of those games is this weekend. And we got to face them at least 2 times. Well, at least once before the end of the year in the regular season. So that should be interesting too. Anyway, Deandra and I will be here Sunday. I will be back here with you guys next Thursday for the Birmingham game, which will be at Wrexham. Hopefully Sean will be able to join us. If not, I will be holding it down. And at home, I'm expecting we'll play much better. There were some positives. You know, we get guys back healthy. Maybe they just need to shake the rust off. And, you know, a great win against Birmingham could be what we need to propel us to the rest of the season. So this is not good, but let's just get focused on next week. Hey, Woody, nice to see you. Yeah, not good enough to go to the championship. No. You don't lose games like this. You don't make the mistakes that were being made. I wouldn't be surprised if O'Connell loses a spot for the Birmingham game and scars in. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Probably a good move, especially with the likes of May and Stansfield and stuff. Those guys running down the middle. Birmingham doesn't, slice it in from the wings. They have no problem carrying it right up the middle, and those guys will just do a number on O'Connell. So hopefully Scar's in. He's much better at his feet. Maybe that'll do it. Yeah, and better ref would be nice. Yeah, but the home crowd always seems to do it for us, right? So got to keep making it happen at home. Don't want to take a loss. I'm finding Wood. Don't want to take a loss at home. We want to try to go that whole season, right? That would be great. I think I am going to wrap it up here, guys. I appreciate you all hanging with me and helping me out. And again, myself and Deanna here Sunday, and at least me and all of you back here next Thursday against Birmingham. Let's go, Wrexham. Let's turn this thing around, and hopefully, Park, you can get off your butt and not wait till the last few days of the transfer window and get someone really quality in here. Don't wait to pick up the last remaining table scraps at the end of the transfer window. Let's go and get someone quality. Pay some money, please. See you later, Woody. See you later, Horde. Take it easy, everyone.